The Japanese word Ganbatte means do your best. In her debut collection, Sarah Kortemeier looks at what it means for us to do our best when shouldering our collective past. In doing this, she looks at glimpses of our past life and the emotions surrounding it, such as humor, loneliness, friendship, and grief. However, despite all of these emotions, she encourages us to go through life and our struggles personally and collectively with courage, openness, and creativity. A collection of poems from Ganbatte by Sarah Kortemeier. Gretel is hungry all the time. When she shares the bread with her brother, she notes approvingly how hungry she still is. She imagines the birds gulping the crumbs she left behind, the browned off bits of crust catching and rasping in their throats, and thinks, at least I know how to chew. You see, she says aloud. See what? Her brother says. Gretel thinks of the houses, of the oven she will light, the dough she will smash and stretch. The path, she tells her brother. Hansel is lost and likes it, likes the way the forest shadows do not submit to maps. He shrugs at Gretel and her games. This bush is the front door, she says as they sit down. This log, my tea table. He looks to the spaces between the trees. Whatever's empty can erupt. I see nothing, he says, and pounds with heat. Poem. I didn't want to speak, because everybody has, because my grief has no surprises. But I went to Manhattan later, and there was this chain link fence between the people and the hole. You could press your face right up, get your eyelashes past the wire, push the most flickering and delicate parts of the body, pupil, lid, into negative space. A child outside a restaurant waves her hands and wails. Bonnie, look at the step, her father chides. It's 2 1/4 inches down. The child stares at the curb. If you want to be carried, use your words. We have no photos of them climbing up to windowsills. We could not justify such photographs. We can barely justify the songs. In the guest book at Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum, an American writer has written, "Sorry you started the war, glad we finished it." Outside, my friend and I began to sing, Dona nobis pacem, but stop, because we feel self-conscious. In New York, they mark the minutes of impact with silence every year. In the news photographs, everybody leans, head on hand on fence. In the face of silence, sometimes I revert to postures I've seen in movies or from my parents. The young German on the train is frank with me. Look, we feel terrible about it, but we didn't do it. It's not our generation. In the photo that stays with me, a baby frowns up at her mother, while smoke unfolds in the skyscrapers behind. The mother wears a black tank top, and the shadow of the photographer lies along her back, slipping along the spaghetti strap, almost edging underneath. Shadow on skin. Overhead, the fires, the man, the camera. She does not look up. The first house. I've had this dream before. I'm skiing, somewhere silver, somewhere foreign and sharply mountained. The early winter moonrise hangs round me like a wedding dress. Snow whispers under the skis. This is something only you can do. Across the ridge, a light bulb flashes out between the pines. I will count the people in these homesteads, count them all. These dark-coated people who so seldom see a stranger, who so seldom are surprised. The first house, when it comes quickly. The curtain shifts. The light that falls across the snow looks like urine, looks like rage. The door cries out when I pound. Surveillance. We already know we're watched. When we water the tomato plant, spread ourselves along the couch with one leg up, when we slide the bra strap back underneath the shirt, when we lean to breathe in hair, when we pass a bank and whisper to each other, when we put on our ski masks and burst through the doors, there's something watching us. Please, something, watch us.